Alright, and welcome back to my RPG Maker videos, progress report videos for Markiplier game that I'm working on, and I'm still working on the city. I don't mind doing some of these videos to show you my process. So, this area is going to be kind of the bad part of town. So what I've done is kind of gone in and I've modified some of the basic tiles. Not all of them, just enough to kind of give me, more of a worn down bad part of town kind of feel to it. So let's go ahead and just start with grass. God, that's glaring. But okay, so I've already done one thing here, which is modify. As you can already see here, there's a little bit of glitchiness to it. It doesn't look quite right, so I probably will need to go back into the thing and mod that just a little bit. Well, it's not that bad. It's really just certain parts of it right around on the edge, so that works alright. Some artifacting in there, but I think yeah. So that looks fine, so we can add some of these cracks in here. See, it just looks more run down and old. Yeah, we can't really do it. But we can do this. This area is going to be really patchy looking. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of greenery left in this area once we're done. Because this is an older part of town. This is a rundown, nasty kind of spot. So and we can start adding in some buildings now. If you've never watched Bob Ross painting, okay, this might seem like, where the fuck is he going with this? Where did that come from? Okay, the way he would do his paintings is always background to foreground. And that's kind of the way I found that works really well on doing buildings. So let's say that I just want to go ahead and stick a happy little building, although this part of town isn't very happy. So we're just going to kind of see, and some of these mods to the text, adding textures and stuff isn't going to work all that great. That's just the way it is. Some of them are going to look better than others. See, that doesn't look that great. This one looks alright. See, it just makes it look more worn down and old. See, there we go. That's more or less what I was looking for. So, some are going to be better than others. And then we basically all we do is just take that and layer it in here. And then we can use, it's basically an old fucking tin roof here. And that gives us some depth to it. We don't need every single building that you see being able to have something going on, so just have like an old building up here. Maybe this was like an apartment building. Big apartment building here. Just an old, nasty-ass looking apartment building. That doesn't look quite right. There we go, that's a little bit better. Just an old, nasty-ass looking apartment building. Then we can go on and go ahead and, like maybe right here, stick in another building. There we go. And basically just keep doing the same sorts of stuff. Now we can put another apartment building right here. This is kind of a slum apartment. This one right here is just fucking nasty ass looking shit. Okay, so go ahead and bring that out right there. And we need some more. There we go. That looks better. Then we come down here and we just start doing the same sorts of stuff. You know, we find like maybe something like this. And we don't want to start right on the road, but got like a 2-story duplex sort of thing going on here, maybe. Well, don't want it to be too big. Nasty roof. Drop down and maybe just cut into the corner there just a little bit. And because bigger buildings, of course, we can use to take up more space and save us some time on this. Another big old nasty apartment building here. Go ahead and do that and then pull this forward a little bit. No, that's too far. Okay, that may not be the most elegant looking building there. But you know, it's just like dirty, nasty ass canvas for a roof. You can pull this over and get another, you know, some tiny little houses in just kind of whatever we kind of use here. Another little duplex sort of building right here, or maybe make this a triplex type of dwelling. Give it a blue roof there. This one is got really burnt up, nasty looking roof. Similar to that one. This is a part of town that's seen some bad times. And then we can go with another like building kind of like this. Just over here. It's more like a damn tent than a building. Just like a lean-to. Almost. Just basically canvassed and stretched over a frame. Can go ahead and let's go with another kind of a building here. Just this one's just going to be right next to that one. Only we'll go ahead and pull this down so instead of it being right next to it, it's a little bit forward. And See, that doesn't look quite right, so what we'd want to do is pull it into the foreground a little bit more. Alright, so then we can kind of come back up here. Let's go with this one. Kind of just another sort of a big apartment complex right here. We'll give this one a proper roof of sorts. Maybe use a bit more of the dirty stone. And just have a building like right here. And again, these are all tenement buildings, nasty apartments. With this whatever ramshackle crap they can come up with that'll get the job done. Because these are the kinds of people that they just have to kind of live with what they got. Life is life, man. So we got ourselves a nice assortment of buildings here. Everything looks kind of run down. The streets are nastier. The buildings all look kind of nasty. That just didn't look right, did it? Well, I guess that'll work. That's not too bad. So then we can come over here and throw in a couple of I'll do more of this sort of stuff, but this is the sort of thing. Basically, I took some of the existing graphics, like this is like this moss thing was already on there. This gravestone or marker, it's just a variation on that other one I've already used. I used that and I turned it sideways in GIMP and made it real dark so it looks like staining, and then I added some graffiti looking stuff onto it. It's really good, doesn't it? Just so you can see, it's kind of like some of these religious icons that this one, I took the head off the statue and then used a texture on it. I got another one down here that's no, I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. You can see some stuff where I removed. Yeah. Basically, I just took the wing off and then added some of that graffiti effect to her. It's just little things like that. You watch or look at this. If you were playing the game for the very first time, you had never seen this before, you come in and you see this, and you're going, oh, fuck, this is a bad part of town. You see, compared to, how nice everything else looks, like the rest of the city is just like, oh, the cobbles are nice and clean and maintained, and the statues are well maintained, and everything looks nice. And then you walk into this area and it's like, oh fuck, I'm in a bad part of town. It's the sort of thing like I could do some of the fencing and put the graffiti effect on that. Do some more of this. I don't know if I'd want to do any more statues. Maybe mark up some of the buildings a little bit, just put in a new thing with some graffiti effects on that I could just use as an event and put onto the buildings. Maybe do some of the light poles and stuff that I've done in some of the other areas, well, those were more in the park. I probably should put lights in here now that I'm thinking about it. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but, you know, that adds a little bit more character to that area. Yeah, but, you know, like the light poles here. Just have, like, the glass broken in some, or the completely missing top parts of it. I could take like this and just kind of cut the top of it off, make it look a lot more ratty, and put more like, you know, I don't know if I'd want to actually go so far as to put like something pornographic or anything on there, but I could do something like that. It would just be small and big enough that you could kind of tell what was there, but not so big that you could actually tell what it was or see anything. Just kind of a hint of something, you know, just anything like that that could just kind of really make it look all messed up and gritty, run down. You know, like there's already these like flag things in here. You know, I just put something up like that. You know, like at one time this was a really nice apartment complex, only I could go in into the file and make it look even more ratty and nasty and soiled. You know, at one time this was a really nice apartment complex, and now it's just fucking grody. You know, I'd probably go in and do the same thing with some of the doors, make the doors look all messed up and nasty. You know, you could even do something like just back here, just throw these bones in there. You wouldn't even be able to see it necessarily, but it's just like, oh, this is a dead animal that's just been left laying out there, nasty, to get nasty. Things like the windows, might use something like this here. Like, the crap is so run down and poor that they can't even afford shutters for those windows. You know, it was really just really run down and kind of nasty. You know, let's see. You know, just kind of continuing the theme here. What one did we use? Is it this one? No, that's not dark enough. This one. You know, we could actually kind of take this and extend it up and give it kind of a tower there. That one adds some more personality to that building. You know, like I said, at one time you can just kind of look at this and go, at one time this was a really nice apartment complex or an inn maybe or something, but now it is just a run down, nasty ass looking slum tenement building. And you know, like this, like I said, the statues being all marked up and fucked up and nasty. You know, some of the stuff here maybe just put in, like, let's see here. Let's find some of the nastier looking brickwork here. Let's see, I don't know if that'll work. Okay, let me try that again. So I'd want to do something kind of like this. No, I'm doing this wrong. I need to do it like this. Maybe just do it like that. Nah, that doesn't quite work. Wrong scale and everything. You know, I was thinking like maybe a burnt out building or something, but that would take, I'd have to think about how to pull that off a bit more. Maybe just like, I could do something like put in like a swimming hole over here, but I can recolor the water and make it a lot more murky and nasty looking. Maybe get some like trees that are really just kind of falling to pieces, nasty looking, run down, broken up ass trees, or just trees that look sick or something. So I mean, there you go. Obviously this will take more work. But doing the statues and stuff took me maybe 45 minutes. And recoloring and applying some textures to the wall and roof tiles over, the actual tiles that you work with, just so that they look older and nastier and more run down compared to, say, what's over here. Of course, I think I've been using different tiles for the most part. But, again, this just makes it looks old, it looks run down, it looks stained up, and like nobody really takes care of it very well. Kind of grody. So, it makes it look like a nasty part of town. And then just like I said, more graffiti effects, some more busted up statues maybe. Vegetation that just looks sick and nasty, like doing some stuff like I was talking about with recoloring that to look even more nasty. Something like, so this is how a way I could do what I was talking about is maybe, let's see, so I could take this, do kind of like some roof tiles like that. Nah, I don't know how I'd pull that off properly. Some roof tiles. And then the wall. And then just some really jacked up floor tiles over here and I guess that's not too bad. Maybe just go ahead and make that like that. I don't know. I don't know if that quite gets the idea across of that it is like an old busted up, burnt out building. One that's just fallen to pieces. I don't know. Maybe extend this over a little bit. You can do things like so that's the choice. It's either got stones. Okay. Can you apply this to the walls too? Yes, you can. And the tiles. Nope. So yeah, that kind of looks like a burnt down building. Trying to see if there's a way to get that to where it doesn't just kind of abruptly become a square, but it doesn't look like it. Guess I could do it like this. Nope, not gonna cooperate at all. Not gonna cooperate with me. Nah, that doesn't really work, does it? Does to a degree when it's on the actual building. Just a little bits of rubble here and there. Yeah, that kind of works. Kind of gives the idea that it's an old burned down building, so that's not too bad. Make up some ragamuffin kids to be playing in the nasty polluted water. Have some fat black ladies. I know that's terrible, but some starving African orphans asking for donations. I know I'm a terrible person. It's a matter of just how far over the top you go. If you go far enough over the top, eventually you will find things becoming funny. No matter how horrible it might otherwise be. So I think that wraps up this particular video. I hope you found it interesting, entertaining, or enlightening, informative perhaps. Whatever the case may be. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Ryan Acidheads Murphy with another Markiplier game, Mark of the Covenant update / RPG Maker tutorial, and watch me do things while I'm working on the game sort of thing, whatever you want to call it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, bye.